secondary cyclists. But first and foremost, we would like to say a Happy New Year to everyone here at Caribbean Motors. And let's give a big round of applause for this beautiful crowd tonight. Yes, don't be shy. Give yourself a round of applause. Everyone looks so beautiful and formal. Would like to say again, welcome. Thank you very much to the Bowman family for presenting the second annual Night of Living Legends Award. So after my welcome, what I would like to do is hand the mic over to Mr. Stans Bowman, and he will give the official welcome speech.
Good night, good night, good night once more, one and all. We begin tonight's activities with the national anthem. You could stand, hold your hearts, cross your hearts as we sing the national anthem together.
O land of the free by the Carib Sea, our manhood we pledge to thy liberty. No tyrant here linger, despots must flee this strong will haven of democracy. The blood of our sires which hollows the sun brought freedom from slavery, oppression's wrought by the might of truth and the grace of God. No longer shall we be hewers of wood. Arise, ye sons of the Bayman's clan. Put on your armor, clear the line, drive back the tyrants, let despots flee. Land of the free by the Carib Sea. Nature has blessed thee with wealth untold, o'er mountains and valleys where prairies roll. Our fathers, the paymen, valiant and bold, threw back invaders his heritage hold. From proud Rio Hondo to Osasun, through coral lights over Blue Lagoon. Keep watch with the angels, the stars and moon. For freedom comes tomorrow's noon. Arise, ye sons of the Bayman's clan. Put on your armor, clear the land, drive back the tyrants, let despots flee. Land of the free by the Carib Sea.
Amen.
Easier.
Huh?
Easier.
Kezia. I thank you, Mr. Kezia, for your rendition of the national anthem. You can sit now. We have a prayer done by Mr. Scott Kelvin.
Good evening. Let's bow our heads. Father God, we come before you tonight with a heart of gratitude and thankfulness for the vision and work of Mr. Oswald Bowman and his team, who have worked extremely hard to make this amazing night possible. We thank you for all the awardees, their sponsors, and tonight's event sponsors. I pray that throughout this event, that all attendants feel the love of the people, your love towards them, for their contributions in various areas as we all strive to further the promotion and the development of cycling in Belize. As we continue to work towards developing the future legends of the sport, we are thankful that you have allowed us to take a pause and reflect on the legends of the past, which have been a major part of the fabric of our Belizean society, culture, and heritage. I also want to give thanks for the meal we're about to receive. May it bless us, may it encourage us, may it energize us, and may we all have a fantastic night celebrating the awardees, making new friends, and building relationships within the Belizean Cycling Brotherhood and the overall cycling community, that we will transcend this evening's activities and continue to support the growth and development of the sport we love for years to come. These things we ask in the name of all names, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you. Amen. 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 At this point, I'd like to draw your attention to the fact that we will not have our Honorable Minister, Anthony Marla, tonight. However, the Minister of State in the Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sport, and Diaspora Relations, Mr. Devin Daly, will fit in for him. Thank you very much, Minister Daly, for assisting us at this point in time. I am indeed honored and privileged to co-host this, the second Living Legends Awards show for cycling period era 1981 to 2005. I am joined with cycling analysts, Mr. Dwayne Wade and Mr. Fitzgerald Palace Joseph. We are very delighted to be your hosts for this momentous occasion. Joining us to celebrate this momentous occasion are some esteemed guests of honor who have played significant roles in assisting cycling in advancing to its national and international arena victories. We are pleased in acknowledging the following: Mr. Devin Daly, Minister of State in the Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sports, and Diaspora Relations. Mr. Mr. McCulloch will also sit in for Mr. Nunes, will also sit in for Mr. Bernard Wagner, the Mayor of Belize City. Mr. Renee Vanueva, Senior, Founder, CEO, RSV Limited. Mr. Glenn Flowers, President of Belize Cycling Federation, Mr. and Mrs. Calman Williams, brothers Justin and Corey Williams, Belizean brothers of Belizean heritage. These brothers are our unsung national and international champions. Your presence here tonight is significant to the progressive growth and development of Belize's cycling. Let us take a moment and look back at the incredible journey filled with hard work, perseverance, and dedication. Our cyclists have faced challenges to overcome obstacles and advancement in ways they have never thought would be possible after entering the international arena. This gala, Night of the Living Legend in Cycling, it takes a brief pause. It marks the end of an era and commencement of another. It is a time of celebrating and reflection as we come together to honor the achievements of our cyclists, male and female. During the reflection period, our hosts will discuss historical perspective of Belize cycling during the era 1981 to 2005. They will present awards to the living legends and acknowledge those who are deceased. It's a testament of our progressive growth and development. Through the hard work of Belize's Cycling Federation, coupled with unparalleled determination, unwavering support of parents, families, sponsors, fans, and all other supporters. In closing, to all cyclists, let's celebrate recognizing the achievements and the accomplishments of this era. Follow your dreams, knowing that you are capable of achieving great things. Cherish the memories you have made. Accept the teaching moments in races and cherish the friendships that you have made along the way. And never give up. Don't ever give up. Lastly, welcome to the second edition of the Night of Living Legends in Cycling Show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our program presented for your entertainment.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Mr. Stansmore Bowman. Big round of applause for Mr. Bowman. Well done, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a night of celebration. So definitely the bar is open. You guys help yourself over there. Everyone should be feeling well. Again, it is a night of celebration. We are celebrating 11 living legends in a beautiful sport that we all love and enjoy. Next, we will call the Minister of State, Honorable Devin Daly.
Thank you, Masters of Ceremony. Firstly, I'd like to say that I always wanted to be a cyclist. However, I could not get over the bike seat and the lower area. Vaseline never did really help. Yeah, but today I would like to share a few things on the ministry side. Honorable Mala couldn't be here tonight. However, there's a lot of things in store for sport in Belize. And as a past professional athlete, I used to play professional basketball. I also furthered my education in the US through sport, so I am definitely well acquainted with what the impact of sport can do for our youth and also our people, how it propels us forward as a country. One of the things that I always like to start off with is that there's no other thing that galvanizes a nation the way sport does. It brings out people that might have differences, skin color, religious beliefs, ethnicity. It doesn't really matter. And one of the things that we would like to cement is that before we speak on what the elephant in the room when it comes to government and sports, or there needs to be a bigger budget, let's have the conversation about what we are actually doing with what is allocated now. And one of the things that we have realized so far is that there can be more organization that can be done for sports. In development of youth, we see a big drop off, especially in Central America, throughout sports, whereby we compete in the Pee Wee categories, we compete in the juniors, and then when it's time to go professionally, there's a big drop off. So, one of the things that we're trying to do at the ministry is complementing events like this. Mr. Bowman mentioned it's an end of an era and a beginning of a new. These legends in cycling and other sports, they know the best practices of sport in their specific discipline. So, as a government, we want to bring these people back to the table so that they can also input in a new direction that we want to go together. Not just have an award ceremony for them to commemorate what they did in the past. How can they impact the direction and the trajectory of what we're doing now? At the Ministry of Sports, we've came up with 4 categories for sports: health and wellness, civic pride, economic activity, and of course, the big one, education. These are the 4 pillars for the next 5 years that we would like to take sport. And of course, we're asking all the different stakeholders, all the different federations, let's come together. Let's actually invest in sports, not only in the monetary side, but the consultation and the side that's also necessary, that's behind the closed doors. Let's move away from asking only for investments when it's time for an event. What about the training component? What about the education for youth component? What about the civic pride? We're talking about representing our country. I've had the prestigious opportunity to represent Belize, and it's no other feeling than actually, regardless if we're not medaling, to say that I am representing, I am defending our country with the flag on my chest or on my back is a great opportunity. I won't take up the entire time because I could do this all day, even though I was not prepared to do this. However, I would like to say a huge congratulations to the living legends tonight. Great job, the organizers, and look forward to great things from sports coming from our ministry.
Thank you, thank you. Honorable Devin Daly. Well said. Up next, we'd like to call Mr. Malcolm Nunes, Councilor, who will be representing the Belize City Council in absence of the Mayor, Mr. Bernard Wagner.
Good night, everybody. Welcome, living legends. Mayor Bernard Wagner asked me to fill in tonight for him. I already had an event with my family, but they excused me to come and honor the legends who strap on their cliques year in, year out, and bring out the most excitement you would ever see in a Belizean when it comes to sports. On the behalf of the Belize City Council, welcome to Belize City and thanks for having this event in Belize City. The Belize City Council, whenever it comes to any sport, we make our best effort to contribute however we can. Earlier I was reading the program. I was a bit nervous and excited because we are around all these legends who, year in, year out, their name called on Holy Saturday, And if you know what it means to be Belizean, you know what Holy Saturday means to the Belizean population. With that said, welcome to Belize City, guys, and thanks for lighting up the tarmac, like Mr. Andrew would always say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malcolm Nunes. And for everyone that's associated with cycling, we know how important the Belize City Council is. And from the cycling community, and of course, this event, we'd like to say a big thank you to the Belize City Council for always being there for us, always making sure the roads are closed, making sure we have the necessary resources to keep these events going and keep them safe for the cyclists. Up next on the program, we would like to call the president of the Cycling Federation of Belize, Mr. Glenn Flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Mr. Glenn Flowers. Mr. Glenn Flowers is one of the presidents that we have seen the most activity when it comes to cycling and the development of cycling here in Belize. I'm sure he's excited to tell you guys a little bit more about it. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I'm in a very few words, but I like to say welcome, everybody. Happy New Year's to everybody. Cycling is amazing to me, and it seems like it's not only the cyclists, but we have a lot of wonderful people here and a lot of wonderful faces out here. So it shows that cycling is definitely on the rise for not only the cycling, but people who love cycling as well. I started following cycling maybe 12, 15 years ago. I fell in love with it, made some choices, took a few of the cyclists out to international racing. Then I decided I wanted to own my own team. I owned my own team, and it gave me more courage to do a lot more for cycling. And I think cycling is definitely on the rise here in Belize now, and it's amazing. I'd like to also say thanks to the organizers and the living legends and the past. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much, Mr. Glenn Flowers, the president of the Cycling Federation of Belize. Before we move on to the next event in the program, what I'd like to do is recognize some of our sponsors for Living Legends 2026. Fort George, Smart, Mappi's Beauty World, Dr. Byron Donier, and Smile Solution Dental Care, Bird's Isle Restaurant, Chow San Palace, Naked Chicken Restaurant, Belize Tourism Board, Currency Group, National Bank of Belize Limited, Mr. Will Mejia, Santiago Castillo Limited, Price and Company Limited, Belize Medical Associates, Old Belize, Love FM, of course, Caribbean Motors, our host, Benny's Home Center, Vista Real Estate, Old River Bar and Grill Restaurant, Port of Belize Limited, Black Orchid Restaurant from Boral Boom, Bowen and Boeing Limited, The Angelus Press, Sikafi Store, Maya Island Air, Mr. Alvin Card, Miss Carolyn Mosiah, Mr. Eckert Phillips, Mr. Rudolph Herman, Miss Rita Thompson, Brothers Habet Limited, M&M Engineering Consultants Limited, Mejia United Limited, Mr. Alan Awil, of course, the Cycling Federation of Belize, Belize Natural Energy Limited, and that's it. So thank you guys very much for your sponsorship of this event. Without you, this would be basically impossible. So moving on to the next item on our agenda, we will be distribution of the Cross Country Cycling Championship Awards, and that will be done by the Honorable Devin Daly.
Just before we get to distribution of those awards, I'd like to call Oswald, my younger brother, to the podium. You need to get to know our friends and our supporters in what we plan to do for cycling in Belize. Oswald. This guy is a dreamer. He's a dreamer. Oswald Valancourt Bowman.
Hey, good night. Thanks for everyone to come. Appreciate it. Everything looked nice. Everybody looks good. Everybody, I'm happy to see everyone enjoying themselves. Just continue to have a nice time.
Right, that's it as well.
Mr. Bowman, Oswald Bowman, is definitely a man of little words but great actions. And again, he is this is the brainchild of Mr. Oswald Bowman and his entire team. But he is definitely the man behind the scenes who coordinates all these events. And again, we are here for the second edition of Night of the Living Legends. So again, thank you guys very much. Let's celebrate these guys. We see some amazing legends in the house. I'm looking at a three-time cross-country champion, Mr. Charlie Lewis, living legend. We have, of course, around this table, Jocelyn Chavaria. We have David Yearwood, former national selection team member here in Belize. Fitzgerald Palace Joseph, of course, he needs no introduction. And we have quite a few other legends, Mr. Lindy Gillett, Michael Big Wire Lewis, and the list goes on. Guys, we'll definitely get to each of you. We'll call your names, and Fitzgerald Palace Joseph will do some color commentary as we go along. But again, this is a night of celebration. We want to see this a lovely energy here in this room. A lot of resources have been spent behind such a great event. Definitely come out and enjoy yourself. I love to see all the beautiful outfits here tonight. You guys look amazing. You're starting off the 2026 beautiful. So thank you for attending this event.
All right, moving on with the program. We call to the podium our living legend champions. As the legend cyclists approach the podium, we are asking that we have some sort of interaction so that our fans and supporters could know exactly what happens during training for the annual cross country, what happens during training for international events like the Olympics, Pan American Games. These are some of the things we would like our legends to share with the group.
So guys, we will start off with recognizing the previous cross-country champions. Mr. Palace Fitzgerald Joseph will do the honor.
Okay, we'll start out tonight with Big Mike Lewis. Big Mike. Michael Lewis. Big Mike Lewis has been Belize's most dominant cyclist throughout the era 1980-205. Big Mike had all the qualities to be a multi-champion. He was gifted from birth with speed, strength, and tactical skills and intelligence of the sports. His IQ, no doubt, along with his little brother Charlie, was next to none. I can say tonight that if Michael and Charlie wasn't riding bicycle race, I would have won many more races. They two brothers knocked me off a lot. Although winning only one cross country, Big Mike has shown that he has won all the other classics in Belize, including international races in Ciudad del Carmen, Chetumal. One time I can recall quickly, Big Mike was banned from Chetumal. They told him, don't come back. He was so dominant. So we have to honor our great legend, Big Mike Lewis. He was second 4 times, 86, 89, 205, and 08. and then he won in 1992. He won, like I said, Ciudad del Carmen Classics road race and and the quit. And so we honor our great legend. Big Mike was awarded also the Meritorious Service Award on the 17th September 2009 from the Queen of England. I think that award hasn't been given to no next cyclist before. Big Mike. You win too much, Mr. B.
So as you guys can quite see, Michael Lewis is quite a motorcyclist.
Mr.
I
B.
think Michael Lewis was the only cyclist, only recent cyclist to ever been awarded this award by the Queen of England. What we'd like to do is let Mike say a couple of words. Mike, we know the dedication it takes to be a winner in the leagues to win across country. If you can let the fans know, a lot of fans don't understand the dedication to these cyclists. The fans know exactly what it takes to accomplish these great feats. Well said. Again, round of applause for Michael Lewis.
Special media wine. Special media wine. People will know when the wine. Why don't you know? Do you have to ask me? Alright, then next time I call.
Yeah. Next. Okay. Quickly, I'd just like to add that Big Mike Lewis was the first rider in Belize to have won what we consider the Triple Crown of cycling in Belize, which would be the cross country, the Quem Classic, and the National Road Championship. The other two riders that have done it was Shane Vasquez and big brother Justin Williams. Just did the same in the Quem Classic on Thursday. So the only three Belizean riders that have done the Triple Crown of cycling. Next up is Linsford Lindy Gillett. During his competitive years, Lindy Gillett participated in 8 cross-country cycling classics on the whole Saturday, April 2nd, 1983. At the tender age of 18, he might be the youngest as well, set the new record of 6.5 hours, saving 35 minutes of the standard time. This performance significantly changed the tactical strategies how the race was ridden. During the summer of '83, Lindy dominated in Ciudad del Carmen annual road race championship and quit. Lindy won a solo riding in Ciudad del Carmen and many other classics. Lindy participated in the 1984 Olympics, so he's an Olympian in Los Angeles, and also he went with us 1987 in the Pan American Games in Indianapolis, Indiana. Lindy Gillett, world champion.
Panas. Ada itu mobil. That's panas main tu lah. I got a young. I got a bad young. Sent the drink cheap. I might go cheap enough. Like for one thing, take the plane. Take the plane. I go feel like he want, he can think by. I'm going to try shame.
I put a lot of work in.
Huh?
My good friend Dave, put a lot of work in.
Tell lady.
I was a little bit afraid of the big guys, Chavaria and Smith and the other guys, and I told him we could do it, and I encouraged him to join me. And we put a lot of work together, trying to accomplish this goal.
What about racing with bike bugs?
Bike bugs, brainchild of Melvin Torres. We came together and got 3 championships out of that team. So it was a complete success. Myself, Matthew Smiling, Robert Mosiah. Fortunately, our captain only came up with a 3rd place, but still good enough. Yeah, but the good years and the hard work, preparing for the classics, and getting ready for all the test races for the games, and the tutelage of yourself, step away, was wonderful.
One of Lindy's major accomplishments. We have in the house tonight Rudy Miguel. Rudy, could you please stand up, Rudy? We appreciate you. We love what you did for us, laying the groundwork for us to become international competitive cyclists. However, it took us 17 years 17 years, while Rudy was racing, finishing up his career, took us 17 years to win a race in Ciudad del Carmen. The person who won that race in Ciudad del Carmen after 17 years of drought was Linda Gillett, 18 years old.
Ciudad del Carmen was exciting. It was a good race for me, and we performed really strong. The year before I won in Ciudad del Carmen, I was in breakaway and cramped bike on the last lap. And all the way home, my friend Palas made jokes of me that I was in an ambulance. But I promised him the next year I was going to win, and I did.
Palas.
What you said?
Then you didn't say he was in an ambulance with cramps.
With who?
Palas, probably you could inform the audience about preparation for these events. What it was like.
Oh yes, these events was tough, and so Mr. Bowman and Mr. Jokowe, those were president and vice president, really prepared us for those events. I've never seen test races like that you prepared us, where we rode Mount Hope 10 times, Floral Park 10 times, go slow 10 times, and reverse coming back. And so those events help us at the Olympics, 88, and also when we went to Ciudad del Carmen and took back the championship from the Mexicans.
In Seoul, Korea, you did 11 of the 12 laps?
Nine of the 12.
9 of 12 laps. And you could have been the first Belizean to complete the Olympic road race.
That was tough. I gave my best. It would have been great, but we did well.
Only your best is good enough.
Yes. Next cross-country champion, Orlando Chavarria, right here. Orlando won the 1995 cross-country cycling classic in a time of 6 hours, 8 minutes. Orlando, although he wasn't that fast, he was extremely powerful and strong. However, he was unable to break the Charlie Lewis at sub 6 hours cross country. Orlando Chavarria won multiple races in Belize in our era, and surely he was a great strong rider, and so we honor him now. Orlando Chavarria.
Can you tell us about your championship?
Well, I can wheel back the race because they didn't videotape the race very well. But what I did, I made the break at Roaring Creek, and I maintained the break with 7 guys, 1 American, 1 Mexican, and I just maintained the race back to Belize. From Roaring Creek all the way to Cairo and back to Belize, and I end up winning the race. And I put in a lot of hard work, a lot of pacing, and I end up victorious.
So what was your training regime like? Getting prepared for the challenges of the cross country.
Well, I did some Mount Hope and back and some 65 and back. Floral Park and back, yeah. Maybe about 360 and back and 365 and back. That's about it.
All right, Orlando, thank you very much for your input into the program tonight. Fitzgerald, your next champion.
Next up is Khalid Bunas Mejia. Khalid Bunas Mejia won the 1993 Cross Country Cycling Classic in grand style or sprinting the field of cyclists. This race had to be finished at the BTL Park because the repairs to the Maran Jones Stadium most of it wasn't finished. So that's the first year we went to the BTL Park. Khalid Bunas Mejia, as we know him, won several races. He won Belmopan Classics. He won multiple races. So he was a very strong rider. He wasn't. He always had that big build. He wasn't that slim, but he had a lot of power, and that caused Bunas to had multiple other top 10 finishes in the cross country as well. And so tonight we honor him. Khalid Bunas Mejia.
The records will show that you rode for UTO, Ultimate T1. How was that?
Good night, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank and congratulate the Bowman family for organizing this wonderful event. I think it's very important that we pay homage to all our past champions, and not only the champions, all the riders who have contributed to cycling in Belize. I would like to thank my family for all the support over the years, all my past sponsors, my former teammates. I see Alan and Roque here. I will always have love and respect for my UTO teammates. This is really overwhelming. I am honored to be a part of this event tonight. It's overwhelming. I did not expect to give a speech. I see so many champions here tonight. I see Justin, Bill Elliston, Big Mike, Charlie, Orlando. It's an honor to be on the same stage with you guys. Once again, thanks to you. Stans Borman was the president when I won. His family has been a very important part of cycling in this country. Thank you all so much for being here tonight and for supporting this very important event. I see one of the guys who got me involved in cycling, my good friend, Mr. Eric Taddy Vernon, my past nemesis, Mr. Calman Williams. I love you guys so very much. Thank you all. Thanks, Mr. B.
Thank you, Bunas.
Next on the list is one of Belize's greatest champions as well, Charles Lewis Lewis.
Charlie Liwaya.
Charles was an extremely smart and intelligent racer who specialized in winning the annual cross-country classic. Charles Lewis remains the only cyclist to win three cross-country classic, with each being record performances. He set a record, broke his record, and broke his record again. Phenomenal. In 1990, he set the record of 6 hours, 80 minutes. In 1991, he did 6 hours, 5 minutes. And in 1994, he broke his record again with 5 hours, 57 minutes. Let's see who will break these feet. Charles won many races, many test races. He has been to the Pan American Games, Central American Caribbean Games. He's an Olympian. You name it. Brother Charles and Michael was very dominant in this era, and tonight we celebrate him. Charles Lewis Lewis.
Charles Liwaya Lewis. This is the only Belizean cyclist. Whenever he wins, he breaks record. He set them and he broke them. Charles was a very tactical racer. He doesn't waste energy. He's always conserving but he's always reading the race. He knows where he should be at certain areas in the race, and he knows the gears that he has to turn. What was it breaking your first record?
I just train hard. I do long ride. I have a thanks to Mr. Bowman. He was my coach. He set the schedule, and I do everything when he tell me to do.
How about training? There were some races that these guys call up and down. There's an area between Belmopan and Bosmanana as we go slow, Floral Park, Mongto. And you guys, in preparing for some of these events, did 100 miles in that terrain. Sometimes when the bus is returning to Belize City, everybody's asleep except myself.
I mean, after a long ride, I do mostly 130 miles. When I ride cross country, I ride cross country about 10,000 miles every year when I ride. Unlike one of my friends saying he ride cross country 2,000 miles. Dave, I would.
Anything else you have to tell our audience and our guests?
Thanks to everybody. Thanks to my wife.
What about your international competition?
I'm not win nothing outside, but on second at Trinidad in a road race and time trial. On second at Carmen. But my thing is most of it cross country I focus on.
Well, we hear it from Charles U.A. Lewis, the tactical record breaker.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charles.
Mr. B, before we close on Charlie, I'd like to recall a race, a test race, one of your test race, 10 laps in that era. Me, Charlie, and Michael was coming to the sprint. And a lady gave Charlie a gallon of water. So Big Mike gave bath, I gave me bath, Charlie gave bath, and we do forgot to the sprint now. So I tell Charlie will the water bottle, the gallon bottle in a drop. And I tell her, throw the water, come here, sprint. Charlie be on Big Mike with a half gallon of water in a sprint. Then they kill.
What about the race that we had in McCannon?
89.
89. That was a prize. There was a prize on Malten Hill, and I was made to understand
a pair of ducks.
That somebody sprint for the two ducks. And that caused McCannon to get away. What was that like?
That's why I correct my mistake.
Please.
They say we sprint for duck, but I never sprint for no 9 minute pace. And after that, my cannon attack around, and I correct my mistake next year. And then I correct it again after that. For make people know that you sprint for no duck, that mistake, then it out. That's why I gonna win 90 and win 91. And they say, lucky, so that what kind of luck I have.
Stone Jam. Ellen Stone Jam High was also at Belize Junior Secondary School #1. Growing up with Melvin Torres, Lindy Gillett. Stone Jam. What happened in that race? Stone Jam was a very strong competitor as well.
Yes, Mr. B. I don't want to think because the only music they know me by that I never good at cycling. I was good at cycling too. Two things in my life I love is cycling and music.
That's good.
You asked me about the race. 89.
89.
When McCannon, I can just give you the last 15 miles of the race. We're coming down, I think about 14 or 12 are women they come for the first place. And then guys, they sprint the Hattieville for the station prize. And as soon as they ease up off of the sprint, McCannon drop one bump away. I mean, when he drop one bump, the whole away splinter up. Everybody they stagger for get back, but by mile 12, 13, everybody get back on. So during the race, Mr. B come to me, because Mr. Bowman was the president at the time. He said, Stone, you the one elder, and them boy respect you. So talk to them, because the next prize when they come up, the 10 miles. So just talk to them, make we not sprint. So I know the two dominant rider, whether I'm a Belizean in a race at the time, I'm a Michael and Charlie. So I got to them and say, listen, we're not a sprint for the prize at 10 miles. I go in on the front, stay up on the PS, just roll across and take the prize. So we don't have to sprint for make no attack happen again. So while I climb the 10-mile hill on the front, one Mexican jump out and gone for the prize. And when Big Mike said that, Mike said, no man, nobody not take the prize. And Big Mike jump and take the prize. And when Big Mike jump, everybody had to follow. And by the time everybody follow, McCannon dropped the next bomb and that damn it. We lose the race.
Lindy was part of that group.
Yes, Lindy. Listen, I mean, the top of the top, Belizean was there for the year. So it may really surprising that we lose the race. And honestly, even after McCannon left with the try-organized, Lindy, the try-organized, this will make we come together, but everybody want attack, attack, and we never close the gap. That was it.
With those experiences, how do you see in this era, with the talent that we have, what are the expectations for Belizean cycling?
Listen, I want to give kudos to the president right now, because after you and Mr. Cowie left the sport, this is the next best person. He don't know me, and he don't know that I follow the sports. This is my life. Cycling and music are my life. So I stay in the background. I still stay with my cycling. I watch international things. I pay attention to what the federation they do. But he's doing a good job for the sports. And the next big problem we had was when Justin and them wanted to come. There was a big fight to keep them man out. Where would I improve the level of cycling years ago? So them man get the opportunity to come now, and so we see the improvement of Belizean cyclists to get the international status for their Chav and the next young boy will come second in the race. So then they get the opportunity and
they travel and compete.
Yes, with the show up, and that's a good look for cycling. I love what they say. And I just think that in the future we can get better with the minister and the deputy minister who are in charge. Sports going big. We just have to stay up on the youngsters when they come, because I talk to the youngsters when I see them, explain to them when we're in a ride and they see Charlie and they don't know Charlie. I say, listen, don't see that man there. He was a BC in a time. So now watch out with the bigness now. You know, respect her and ask her a question and learn from her. You understand me?
Yes.
Respect.
Thank you, Stone Jam. A man who is usually quiet, but very dangerous on the road.
Okay.
We will hear some more about the Williams brothers. D. Wade will take care of that when that comes up on the program. But so with the help of the Williams brothers, doors have been opened for us here, for our Belizean cyclists. They get to travel more. They get to understand what it takes to compete at the level. But as soon as Mr. Wade comes up, he will expound on the achievements of the Williams brothers and their acceptance into Belizean cycling. I did not know that this was the case.
Okay.
Fisher.
Next up is Mr. Alpheus Williams. Sadly, he is deceased, and hence the reason why the Bowman family started this Night of Living Legends, so that our legends we are not giving roses to our legends. So Alpheus Williams was a prolific cyclist. I rode with him Buck Belial boy, dominant. He was an ex-Charlie Lewis. They know for right cross country. They know got other races. He win couple races, but cross country is his specialty. 81, 82, and 84. Alpheus Williams was such a great rider. He was so deadly. He had a combination of speed and strength. The only couple man I watched beat Alpheus Williams in a sprint. Man like two-car Mosiah, Big Mos. I see Big Mos beat her. I see Davido, David Wood beat her. And maybe Andrew Smiling. No latter man beat Alpheus when he on a tape. He was so dominant and deadly. So he's not here with us tonight, but we honor him. Alpheus Williams, three-time cross-country champion.
I understand your Alpheus sister. Do you have anything to remembrance? Any loving stories?
Yes, my big brother, and I'm proud to accept this award in his name.
Yeah, he's deserving of the award because he entertained Belize and defeated the foreigners as they came. Thank you for coming. The sister of Alpheus Williams.
Congrats. Wow. Your brother was great. Okay, so winding down, Matthew Smiling. He's not here with us as well. Matthew now lives in the United States, but I'm sure he's watching. I send a link to him. Matthew Smiling won the race in 1986 when he outsprinted Big Mike at a heated battle in the National Stadium. That year, it was also a race. We rode the entire race in the rainfall. Slippery. A lot of guys crashed in that race as well. But Matthew Smiling was victorious, beating Big Mike. We didn't get the time of his cross country. I think it was 6:23 Matthew did back in 1986. That race come down to the wire because the back peloton never give up. And all along Berengong Boulevard, they were right in front of us. When you double and see Belcan Bridge, see a Big Mike, they top of Belcan Bridge, and the pack of us right there. And in the track, getting that track about half, lap it away, and as then the sprint, we the sprint too, and that was a great finish in 1986 cross country. Matthew Smiling, I know you're watching, brother, and we give you praises and we give you an award tonight. Matthew Smiling.
Who is
Wait. The champions, it's the last champion for the meal. Robert Mosiah, two-car. He's also deceased as well. Someone here to collect Robert's plaque. Robert Mosiah was a very competitive, intelligent, and tactical rider of this era. We are now celebrating. His racing style was similar to Kendrick Halliday in that he was very strong, powerful, fast as well, and capable of maintaining a relentless hard pacing for miles. This ability coupled with his sporting ability made him difficult. I know he's here. Okay. He was also a member of the Bike Bugs cycling team. I must mention that 3 members of that cycling team won across country: Linda Gillett, Robert Mosiah, and Matthew Smiling. And Melvin Torres rode some great competitive races as well. This was a very impressive general, we call him. Robert Mosiah, two-car. His nickname two-car means that he not fast like one car, but he's double car. And so we honor you, my brother, Robert Mosiah.
So next up on the agenda would be the Legends giveaways. We have 2 spa certificates courtesy of Fort George. We have 1 smartphone courtesy of Smart Belize, 2 dental cleaning certificates courtesy of Smile Solution Dental Care, dinner for 2 at Chow San Palace, dinner for 2 at Old River Bar and Grill, 1 health package for a meal legend courtesy Belize Medical Associates, 1 Kopali rum courtesy Mr. Will Mahia, 2 round trip tickets on Maya Airline Air, JBL Go 3 Bluetooth water and dust-proof speaker courtesy of Cellular World. Right, so while we are waiting to sort out the giveaways, what we'd like to do again is pay tribute to the Living Legend sponsors for this 2026 event. Fort George, Smart, Mappy Beauty World, Dr. Byron, Danier at Smile Solution Dental Care, Bird's Eye Restaurant, Chow San Palace, Naked Chicken Restaurant, Belize Tourism Board, Currency Group, National Bank of Belize Limited, Mr. Will Mejia, Santiago Castillo Limited, Price and Company Limited, Belize Medical Associates, Old Belize, Love FM, Caribbean Motors, Benny's Home Center, Vista Real Estate, Old River Bar and Grill Restaurant, Port of Belize Limited, the Black Orchid Resort, Bowen and Bowen Limited, the Angeles Press Limited, Sekafi Store, Maya Island Air, Mr. Alvin Card, Miss Carolyn Mosiah, Mr. Eckert Phillips, Mr. Rudolph Herman, Miss Rita Thompson, Brothers Habet Limited, M&M Engineering Consultant Limited, Mejia United Limited, Mr. Alan Awel, Cycling Federation of Belize, Belize National Energy Limited, Cycling Federation of Belize again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Mr. Palace Fitzgerald Joseph, for that color commentary. Really appreciate that. A wealth of cycling knowledge that you have brought to the audience here tonight. Mr. Stansmore Bowman as well for the some of the great memories in those races. So everyone having a great time? Excellent. The organizers would like to let you guys know that the bar is there. It's an open bar. Also, there are some memorabilia at the back that are available for purchase. There are hats, t-shirts, and other memorabilia for this beautiful event.
At this point, we come to our first giveaway. We have the names in this small bag, gift bag. A name with a ticket will be picked from this little bag, and the name of the person or company wins that award.
So I was just informed that there is another Living Legend cross-country champion in the audience, and we'd like to apologize to Mr. Bill Elliston. Yes, round of applause for Bill. Mr. Malcolm Nunes, you want to present Mr. Bill Elliston? Bill, welcome. Yes. Again, thank you for choosing Belize for all your racing. Thank you for coming down here and racing a very, very difficult race. Perhaps you want to say good night and a Happy New Year to your Belizean folks here who have grown to love you, although you have beat us in the Holy Saturday cross country. Let's say a few words.
Well, I think everyone that knows me knows how special that Belize has become for me. The first time I came here was 2005, and I'm actually fortunate enough to sit at the table with Mr. Alvin Card, who he and his wife Val, the owners of Comfort Air, brought me down here the first time, and I was fortunate enough to have some great teammates, and we walked away with first, third, and fifth place. And I've tried to come down as many times as I can to honor that legacy, and of course try and win the race again. But it's not happened. I've had a couple other top 10 finishes, but in the process of coming here 13 times now, you know, I mean, I kind of love everything about Belize, the culture, the people, and the only thing left is to try and convince my wife to come down here, and that's a work in progress, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, fittingly, it's 2024 was the last time I was here, and it turns out that was my last bike race for a multitude of reasons, but some good, some bad. But at the end of the day, probably not the worst thing in my head to kind of wrap things up with my final race here in Belize. So I try and come down as much as I can. I'm happy to make it down here for the weekend. Happy that Oswald Bowman put this together, and all you guys and everybody else who's so supportive of the cycling community here and who's made it a great pleasure for folks like me to come down here year in and year out. So thank you guys all for being so supportive of the rest of us for coming down here.
Excellent, Bill.
You've been here for a little bit, and I understand that you and Oswald are very good friends. What do you think about the growth and development of our cycling game?
I think the development's going very well. The last couple of years, there's always been a wealth of talent down here, and just sometimes they haven't had the opportunity to shine. And the past few years, it seems like there's been more and more opportunity coming from a variety of different angles down here, and I think it's wonderful. There's a number of young riders under 23 and some juniors that are really making a name for themselves and have the potential to be big stars outside of Belize, not just within Belize.
That is one of our main goals. Our main goal is to place in these international events. And I know it takes a lot of hard work. Are you contributing to our development in terms of coach or trainer or anything like that?
I've coached a few athletes over the years. I'm not coaching any particular Belizeans at the moment, but over the years I've coached probably 6 or 8 different athletes, men and women, in Belize. And maybe one of the more constants is I've been trying to make an effort over the years of collecting a lot of used cycling equipment, used cycling clothing, and probably once or twice a year shipping some big containers down here to get distributed to help folks kind of break that barrier of entry down here.
Anyway, thank you very much for coming. I understand you fly out back tomorrow on Monday. Short trip. Enjoy the trip. Thanks for coming. Thanks for competing. Yeah.
No. So up next, we will be doing the female cross-country winners as well.
Okay. We're up. Miss Marinette Flowers.
All right, this is the first. But wait. Well, they pick.
Marinette Flowers was an all-around athlete, having won championships in several sporting disciplines that include track and field. She was a good sprinter. Remember her in Cuba. She was very fast. Lion Man and Sabal, very talented female.
Marinette.
Taking on the challenges of competitive cycling, she won the female cross-country classic in 2001 and in 2003.
How have you been?
Subsequent, her partner, Jermaine, won in 2001, so nearly husband and wife won that same year. Jermaine won the male and Marinette won the female cross-country. Marinette also won in 2003. She dominated the female competition because of her power and sprinting ability. Marinette has won many championships, including the following: Prem New Year's Cycling Classic, 06, Alphonse Williams Classic, 07, and National World Championship also in 07. We celebrate her. Marinette Flowers.
Marinette, you won 2 female cross country classics. What was it like? What was it like competing with the females?
It was, for the first, it was so exciting. You know, coming into cross country 2001, I didn't know anything about racing because I was just training for 2 months before the race. And I could remember Jermaine get up and said, next week is the race. I said, but how am I going to ride the race when I don't even train in the hills as yet? He said, you're a strong man, you could do it. No, I get up one morning and I said, okay, what I did, I get up in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I take his bike, sneak out the house, and I ride from Belize to Tokayo on my own. When I reach mile 29, I meet a young man coming the way from Cayo, and I told him, if you see Jermaine behind me with Santinos, let him know I'm in Cayo. I went out there and I compete with the other girls. For the first, I was scared, and your knees and your feet are all trembling and all that. But getting on the bike and racing with the girls and Marie and Amelita Nose, Fiona Humes, seeing them, and I was scared. But when I get out there and I start attack and I start do all my little stuff, I get confidence. And at the finish, I made a break and I just sprinted and win the race.
Who was your main competitor? Who was the other cyclist that you had to beat?
I didn't have anybody that I had to beat. All of the girls they were competing, and they were, after a while they wanted to catch me, and they start dogging me. So I watched them, and we watched them. All of them were competing and probably watching me as I watched them. So I just go out there and make great choices and move and do what I had to do.
From the research that I did, I found that you were a track and field athlete as well.
Yeah, I take part in track and field. I win many races. I went to Nakasawa, Mexico, where I came in second and win after American. I was a triathlon champion twice, softball champion, and handstand competition. I champion of all of them.
Champion woman. Thank you very much, Marinette. Fellas. Sure, thank you.
Okay, so next up we have, this is one of Mr. Bowman girls as well. Anthea Sutherland. Seeking new competitive challenges, Anthea Sutherland began racing in preparation for the 204 Female Cross Country Cycling Classic with the assistance
Sutherland
of the legendary cycling coach, Mr. Stanborough Bowman. She placed 5th in 04, having equipped herself with cycling tactics and techniques and her strong pacing. She won the 2005 Mother's Day Female Cross Country Classic in grand style. She rode solo from La Democracia to the finish line, Maran Jones. Shortly after competing in that race, she teamed up with Alisa Thompson and formed the team BTL Swoosh. Anthea won the following classics: Independence Banana Classics and the M&M Cycling Tour Classic as well. Anthea, we salute you.
And just before we celebrate, the young lady here would like to call back Miss Flowers for your flowers. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. We just didn't give her flowers, so.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Marinette. Thank you. I could remember one day returning from work, I met Anthea sitting on my stairs. And I said, what's going on? She normally would come and borrow my racer bike and go ride. He said, Mr. Bowman, I want to ride female cross country. At that time, Antia was what, 200 pounds? 165 pounds. I said, Antia, that's too heavy to pull through the hills. You'll get left. So I told her, go home, think about it for the next 2 weeks, and then we go from there. The following day I got home, Antia was on my bottom step. Said, Mr. Bowman, I want to ride. So we got together a little bicycle, and we decided we'll do some weights, but then we'll do the ride as well. The first ride was 5 o'clock in the morning. And I saw Anta came out with a flashlight tied onto her bicycle handle. I'm like, what's going on? He said, out here dark, I can't see. I use the flashlight. As we started, she bounced in 2 holes on the highway. The flashlight dropped. Pitch dark. But anyway, I must say it was quite an opportunity to work with Antia. She also has a very strong track and field background. Coming through BJSS #1, she would win every event. 60, 100, 200. If you had 1,000 meters, nobody could beat Antia. So I knew that she had the background and the base on which to build a good cycling career. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks everyone for coming out tonight, and have a happy new year. Thank you.
Fellas.
Next up is Miss Gina Lovell. Percy. Gina is coming?
Yeah.
Where's Gina? Is Gina here? Gina Lovell. Gina. Oh, wondering. Oh, Lady in Red. Since the era of cycling, Trailblazers, Gina Lovell is the most outstanding female cyclist. Her very impressive record includes, but not limited to, the following track and field events: 100 meter, 200 meter, 4x100 triathlon, and triple jump. Female cross-country cycling classic champion 2004 and 2006. Miss Body Figure champion 06, 09, and 10. Quem New Year's Day cycling classic champion 07. Valentine Classic champion 07. And Course Labor Day Classic champion 07. Colorful resume, sports Miss Gina Lovell.
You want to say anything to your fans?
Thank you for the sponsors out here coming to have this event. I believe that my last show that went on, it is a good idea that you celebrate the legends before we die. So it's an honor, and I hope that I continue to present my country soon or later, or coming up in the next event. So I'm gonna start back riding. I'm not that old, guys. So I will continue to start riding and future presenting our country on the upcoming event. Thanks again. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Yeah. You're a champion woman.
Thank you, Gina. Next is Miss Violet Morrison.
The Morrison clan.
In May of 1999, Violet became interested in cycling as a means of exercise for enjoyment, pastime. After a period of riding, she decided to compete in the female cross-country and road races. With dedicated seriousness and training, she became a focus to deal with in the competition. Using her strength and speed, she dominated the competition and went on to win the 2000 Female Cross Country Cycling Classic. She later formed Team Morrison in '03, the first female cycling team to ride the female cross-country cycling classic, and which dominated the female races. This team consists of Violet Morrison, Shanti Morrison, and Gina Lovell. In '04, female cross-country cycling classic, Team Morrison took the first and third positions. Violet won the following events: female cross-country 2000, Prem New Year's Cycling Classic 2000, Belmopan Classic '03 and '04, and Valentine Classic '04. Miss Violet Morrison.
Okay, well, Violet is not here at this time. She's not in country, but she asked me to receive this award for her. I'm her sister, Karen Morrison Golanji, and she just asked me to say thanks to the Cycling Association and to everybody here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Miss Fiona Humes Castillo. Following her dad, who was a track cyclist in Guatemala, Fiona started cycling in her late 20s. In 1997, she rode the female cross-country cycling classic alone and was declared a winner. Although she did not have any competition, she was a great sport. With the race on the sport, Fiona was second in 1999, subsequently to the return of Camille Solis. Fiona won classics listed Alphonse Williams, the 02, Quem Classic '03 and '04, and Female Cyclist of the Year 2003. Miss Fiona Humes Castillo.
Miss Fiona Humes Castillo. She saved the female cross country. The female cross country was on life support. We didn't have any challengers, but we had Fiona. And she rode. She won all the prizes, and she kept the race alive.
That's right. That's right, Mr. B. So I trained for the race. Camille was supposed to have ridden, but she decided, I guess, I was not good competition. And last night she withdrew, so I had my goal and I did it.
Thank you very much. You're always welcome in cycling.
And the last female champion in this year's edition is Anne-Marie Bennett McCulloch. Anne-Marie Bennett McCulloch was a petite cycling powerhouse and remains to be a true cycling icon. She was a very consistent rider who was always well prepared for the hype of competition and fully managed and trained by coach Matthew Smiling. Although small in stature, she was extremely strong, powerful, tactical, aggressive on the bike, and confident. Her strength was her great ability to maintain a strong pacing for miles, and that allowed her to separate herself from the other competition. Anne-Marie achieved the following championships during her competitive years in cycling: '02, female cross-country champion cycling classic, Quem Classic, '02 as well, Sankas Pelopan Classic '02, Post Labor Day Classic '02, Valentine Classic '02 again, National Road Championship '02. So McCulloch is also Mr. B? Anne-Marie, that like the boy there?
Yes.
Win cross-country Quem Classic and the Nationals in the same year. Deadly. We cherish you, Anne-Marie McCulloch.
I'd like to say thanks to several persons who have been instrumental in my cycling career. First off, I'm the youngest of 11 children, and between myself and my sister, you had 4 brothers. So I was a bit of a tomboy growing up because I had to do what the boys did. But whenever I entered any sport, I did softball, volleyball, basketball. My love was for track and field. And then I moved to cycling. But whatever I entered into, my family was behind me 100%, especially my brother, Elston Bennett. I think what he did was he bragged to his friends that I would do well, and I had to step up to the plate at the end of the day. When I started riding, I was fortunate to be surrounded by several persons who were legends in their own right. I was a co-worker with Robert Mazaya, and when I decided to start riding, I asked if I could ride with him. And he said, well, you'd have to get up at 4. And you'd have to give me a wake-up call. So that's what I did, and we rode out in the dark most mornings. We didn't have any light. I rode for about 2 years before finally getting tired of hearing my brother asking me when I would line up. My first my first Creme Classic was 2001. And Marinette beat me to the tape by a few inches in the cross country 2001. But I was fortunate to meet another legend, Matthew Smilin, who became my coach. And about a week after that first cross country, Matthew said, the next race we will run. And that's what we did for 2002 when I came in solo, running from, I believe, shortly after Georgeville. But another gentleman that I need to say thank you to is Stephen Gabriel, who was also one of my co-workers. The first day I decided I was going to race, I asked if he would be my serviceman. And he accepted willingly. I didn't have to remind him about a race. He was always out there and supported me through thick and thin. So a good amount of my success, I have to share this award with all those people, my family, my friends, my fans. Thank you to the Bowman family as well. Thank you, everybody.
All right, Anne-Marie, thanks for coming.
So real important announcement. You guys will love hearing this, but the buffet is ready. So definitely make your way over to the buffet and grab some of that tasty food that's over there. So we'll continue now with some special thanks. Again, first and foremost, a round of applause for all our champions, male and female, please. Round of applause. So we'd like to give some special mentions for previous cross-country cycling classics. These are all international riders. Monica Miller, Jane Hannon on the female side. Alma Bennett, USA in 1998. Representing Guatemala, male cyclist Gustavo Corrillo. Ward Zonner, USA in 1987. Steve Stewart, USA in 1988, cross-country champion. Frank McCannon, USA in 1989, cross-country champion. Should we run through this? And we'd like to say special thanks to, again, our sponsors, Jaden Bowman, Carol Bowman, Stansmore Bowman, Fitzgerald Palace Joseph, Mark Elrington, Debbie Ordones, Bertie Murillo, Mr. Dwayne Wade, and Mr. Andrew Ordones. Again, folks, also remember there are memorabilia on sale in the back, t-shirts, hats, and other items that's affiliated with Night of the Living Legends Award. And we know we have a pretty long program here because the Bowman family is definitely excited about honoring all these great folks in this beautiful sports of cycling. So we ask that you bear patience with us while we work our way through the very, very, very long program here. So are we going to get into the giveaways? All right, we will do the giveaways. Mr. Stans Bowman will be administering that. Mail.
Living Legend Meal. You could come up and pick a ticket.
So all the Living Legend Meal, all the guys that had received their plaques earlier, come up and take a ticket. Orlando Chavarria is first up. Charlie Lewis, Khaled Bunas Mejia, Mike. We're going to call you guys up so you can win something. Carol. Carol, may we have your attention, please? So this segment, ladies and gentlemen, would be the prize giveaways for our living legends. They will be picking a name. We'll be picking a name out the bag, and then whoever name that we pick, there will be a corresponding gift for that individual. So the first winner, Mr. Bowman, who's the first winner?
Who is that? Mrs.
Mrs. Shante Morrison. Shante, you are the winner of a smartphone package. You're welcome. And the next name is our next winner, Mr. Ronald Jack Sutherland is our next winner. Ronald Jack Sutherland. Mr. Ronald Jack Sutherland, a gift from Smart. Where's Jack? Ronald Jack Sutherland. Yeah, but the name, you gotta tell me the name. The name. There you go, sir. Fitzgerald Palace Joseph. Spa treatment at Fort George. Palace, you are the winner of spa treatment at Fort George. Next, Mr. Linsford Gillett. Linsford Gillett, Fort George, spa treatment. Mr. Albert Jones. Mr. Albert Jones. Mr. Albert Jones is the winner of a dinner for two at Old River Bar and Grill. Albert Jones. Is Albert Jones here? He's not here. He's not here. Mrs. Anne-Marie Bennett McCullough. Mrs. Anne-Marie Bennett McCullough. You are the lucky winner of a round-trip ticket, Maya Island Air. You are welcome. Khaled Mejia. Khaled Mejia, looks like you're going to San Pedro on Maya Airlines. You're welcome. Mr. Mark Gentle. Is he here? Mr. Wernell Renault. Mr. Wernell Renault. Dinner for two, Chosan Palace. Dinner for two, Chosan Palace. Congratulations. Mrs. Chandra Casino, or Cancino, I'm sorry. He's not here. Mr. Kalman Williams, still winning at a very, very senior age. Mr. Kalman Williams, you will be treating Miss Des to dinner for two at Old River Bar and Grill. Next up, next winner is DJ Eldon Stone Jam Hyde. Dental cleaning gift card. You're a winner, sir. Congratulations. Mr. Warren Coey. Who's up? Miss Gina Lovell. Miss Gina Lovell. What is this? Yes. Mrs. Gina Lovell. Definitely a contestant for the best dressed female tonight. From Mappy's Beauty World, you have a gift certificate. Welcome. Mrs. Fiona Humes Castillo. Mrs. Fiona Humes Castillo, a mystery bag. Happy New Year. Miss Alicia Thompson. Miss Alicia Thompson. Miss Norma Nunes. Miss Norma Nunes. Saw her earlier. Miss Norma Nunes. There she is. You're welcome. Up next, Mr. Melvin Torres. Melvin Torres. Up next, Mr. Dave Yearwood. Mr. Dave Yearwood, a package from the Night of the Living Legends. Congratulations. She's not here. Knowles? Mr. Michael Lewis. Mike Wynn. Mike Lewis. Mr. Andrew Ordonez. Mr. Andrew Ordonez. Mr. Andrew Ordonez, ladies and gentlemen, the live stream king himself, as well as host of As the Wheels Turn, Mr. Andrew Ordonez. Tribute to the Williams.
Yeah.
And then Brenna Vanueva. All right, guys. So next we'll do a special legend recognition, and these individuals will be receiving their plaques. First up is Karen Rosito. Miss Karen Rosito. Do we have Clara? Do we have Clara Cuellar? Clara Cuellar. Clara Cuellar. Sheena Lizama Castillo. Sheena Lizama Castillo. Claudette L. Ters. Claudette. Claudette. One. Claudette Elters, special recognition. And Sheena. Mrs. Claudette Elters. Johanna August. Johanna August. Johanna August. Shante Morrison Novello. Shante Morrison Novello. Miss Norma Nunes again. Norma Nunes. Barney the Boss Brong, former Creme Classic winner.
We must say that Barney came back from a triple bypass surgery.
Absolutely.
And so he
Yes.
have seen that and came back to life.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Barney Brong. Congratulations, Barney Brong. Ladies and gentlemen, Barney Brong is a 60-year-old veteran cyclist, again winning at the elite level at a young age and still continues to win cycling races as a master. Up next is Mr. Kurt Kelvin. I believe his son is here, Ken. Mr. Kurt Kelvin. Eldon Stone Jam Hyde, DJ and cyclist extraordinaire. Kurt Kelvin is next. Fitzgerald Palace Joseph. Roque Matos. Roque Matos. So guys, these are your veteran cyclists who are getting these awards. However, they are still competing at a very, very high level. Roque Matos. Mr. Andrew Erdones. Mr. Andrew Erdones. So all these folks here that we are calling and giving them special recognition have been very, very dominant cyclists in the
As
elite
the wheel
level,
turns.
and they have received several top 10 place in the Holy Saturday Cross Country. Up next is Wernell Renault. Wernell Renault. I understand that Wernell Renault and Mr. Davia would had quite a rival back in the day.
Lot of class there too, me got.
Quite a especially on the tracks, right?
On roadways.
Thank you. We have Ronald Jack Sutherland. Ronald Jack Sutherland. Calman Williams. Calman Williams. Dave Yearwood. Is Mr. Ian Smith or someone representing Ian Smith? Dave Yearwood, congratulations. Ian Smith. Albert Jones. All right, next we will like to move into our sponsor awardees. Mr. Alvin Card. Mr. Alvin Card. Mr. Winston Smiling. Mr. Winston Smiling. Mr. Gilberto Martinez. Gilberto Martinez. Is there someone from the Santiago Castillo camp? Santiago Castillo. As you guys quite know, Santi was involved in a very harsh accident not too long ago, and he is recovering. So we'll definitely make sure his award is, Palas, his adopted son. We'll definitely take that for him. Also, sponsor awardee goes to Mr. Roque Matos. So Roque is a special legend and also a sponsor. Roque Matos. So for you guys who do not know, Roque is the CEO, president of M&M Engineering. And he's the guy who's responsible for building all these nice bridges here in Belize, and also donates quite a bit to cycling. If you notice in all the races, M&M Engineering is a sponsor. So he gets an award for that. Next up is the president of the Weekend Warrior Cycling Club, Troy Gabb Jr. Mr. Troy Gabb Jr. Troy and his team over at the Weekend Warrior Cycling Club has been working diligently to provide races for the club riders. Mr. Israel Gonzalez. Ernestine. Ernestine. George Swift. Someone. Both. Ernestine. Is there someone from the Belize Tourism Board, BTB? A representative from BTB. National Bank of Belize Limited. National Bank of Belize Limited. Currency Group. Currency Group, thank you very much for your sponsorship. And last but not least, Mr. Bruce Virgo. Bruce Virgo. Bruce had one of the best teams for quite some time in Belize. Belshai Cycling Club was very, very dominant. Quite a few of the dominant riders during that time rode for Belshai. So, Mr. Bruce Virgo. Someone here representing Bruce Virgo or Belshai that can receive his plaque. All right, up next we will go into the special awardees. None other than a big round of applause for Mr. Stansmore Bowman. Mr. Stansmore Bowman. Everyone in cycling knows the commitment that Mr. Bowman has given to cycling, to the athletes. If you notice, a lot of the athletes that were up here tonight, or former athletes that were up here tonight, they were actually giving Mr. Bowman quite a lot of respect for his role that he played in their development. So, special awardee, Mr. Stansmore Bowman. Next up is Mr. Elmo O'Brien. Oh, absolutely. Up next is John Anselm Philip Witt. Mr. John Witt. John Witt. John Witt, or someone representing John Witt. President of the Cycling Federation, Glenn Flowers. Special award. Mr. President, Mr. G. Flo, Mr. Glenn Flowers. Miss Leticia Westby, General Secretary, Cycling Federation of Belize, Miss Leticia Westby. Perhaps someone from the Cycling Federation of Belize would like to receive this award for Miss Leticia. Up next is your current Belizean road and individual time trial champion, Corey Williams. Corey Williams. Corey Williams. Looks like Corey might be out training still, so Justin will be taking this award on behalf. Yes. Special award again. This is the older brother, Justin of Corey Williams. Justin, don't go too far, Justin. Justin, don't go too far. We'll need you back up here for your own award. Justin Williams, 2015 and 2018 cross-country champion. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Justin Williams. Hold on, Justin. So Justin is one of the few cyclists who will actually win this cross-country. He did that twice in 2015 and 2018. He also is a former road champion as well. And just recently on Thursday, he rounded up his triple crown victory with the Prem Classic. So Justin, you are definitely quite established and nice cyclist here in Belize. I'd like to give a quick thank you to your Belizean folks. Thanks everybody. Fantastic, fantastic, Justin. I know you and Corey has gotten a bit of slack over the years, but I think now they know that you guys are truly one of us, and you've defended Belize both on the international scene and also winning these classes here. And we enjoy watching your race. Of course, Thursday was a phenomenal race. We've got a couple of tributes yourself and Corey that we've written and we'll read to the people of Belize so they understand your legacy, the Williams family legacy. So again, on behalf of all Belizeans, thank you for what you've done. Is there someone from the Belize Police Department? We have an award as well, a plaque for someone from the Belize Police Department. All right, next up, we would like to call Mr. Vanueva from the CFB. CFB representative, so we can issue some of the CFB awards. I think so. All right, so we will have the vice president, actually, Mr. Michael Otters, who will be giving out these awards. So these are the Cycling Federation of Belize 2025 awards. First off, we will pay recognition to the Female Cyclist of the Year 2025, presented to Francine Gigley. Female Cyclist of the Year, Francine Gigley. Let's have a big round of applause for Francine. This is definitely a huge accomplishment. She has not been riding the bike very long, but she definitely knows how to win and find herself on the podium. Miss Francine Gigley is your Female Cyclist of the Year 2025. Up next, Male Cyclist of the Year 2025, Jaiven Gonzalez. Jaiven was a member of the G4 cycling team who actually dominated the entire 2025 calendar, and that earned him a spot on a professional team, Legion of Los Angeles. So in 2026, Jaiven Gonzalez will be riding for a Legion of Los Angeles. Your Male Cyclist of the Year 2025, Jaiven Gonzalez. Special Achievements Award presented to Derek Chavaria. Derek Chavaria. Derek Chavaria, who has been tearing up the tarmac on the international scene, winning at a very, very high level. Derek Chavaria, Special Achievements Award. Yes, your under 23 gold medal, Caribbean Championships. Special Recognition Award, Mr. Alan Awil. This is in recognition of your leadership and support with training of our road race officials for the successful execution of the Caribbean Elite Road Cycling Event. Mr. Alan Awil. Being recognized for his training of the officials for the Caribbean Championships. Congratulations, Mr. Awil. All right, so these are sponsorship, gratitude, and appreciation award. Creme Radio, Michael Hyde. Mr. Michael Hyde, Creme Radio. From the Alfred Parks Foundation, Miss Rita Thompson. Yes. Creme Radio. Alfred Parks Foundation, Miss Rita Thompson. Miss Rita Thompson, also a candidate for Best Dressed tonight. Happy New Year. West Truck, Alan August. Alan August, West Truck. The Belize Tourism Board, Evan Tillett. Belize Telemedia Limited, Digi. Mr. Ivan Tesukum. Okay. Yes. Belize Electricity Limited, Miss Cherie Tillett. Miss Cherie Tillett, BEL. Up next, Mr. Malcolm Nunes for Belize City Council. Thank you very much, Mr. Nunes, for all your help and contribution. Mr. Eduardo Villanueva. Mr. Eduardo Villanueva. Again, this is Sponsorship, Gratitude, and Appreciation Award. Mr. Eduardo Villanueva. And last but not least, the founder of this great event, Mr. Oswald Ozzy Sek Bowman. All right, thanks to the Cycling Federation of Belize for those amazing awards. Again, recognizing gratitude and appreciation. Thank you guys very much. All right, up next we have some special awards from the Miguel family. First award goes to the young and upcoming superstar Ahmad Sherrington. Ahmad Sherrington. Cycling Achievement Award presented to Caden Sutherland. Caden Sutherland. Devin Major. Devin Major. Miss Ariel Gordon. Ariel Gordon. Ariel Gordon, is she here? Irene Baki. Young up-and-coming superstar female cyclist Irene Baki. Up next, we would like to present two special awards to these two individuals. The Burroughs brothers, Horace and Johan. Horace has been coming to Belize for well over 30 years, riding, racing in Belize with some really, really good results. And as of recent, he has brought his brother, Johan Burroughs, who rode a very strong Prem Classic and is committed to returning. So, Johan and Horace Burroughs, Special Recognition Award. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes all the awards and recognitions. As you can quite see, there was quite a host of individuals that have received awards and recognition, and we'd like to thank, again, the Bowman family for those special awards and recognitions. I am sure there are a lot of resources that went into something like that for sure. So we'll move along with the program. Isn't the Good thing I turned it off, right? All right, guys, we'll move along with the program. I hope everyone got some food. How was the food? Pretty good? Seems like it is because everyone's quiet, so they're eating and the food must be really good. Again, we'd like to thank all the sponsors for this event. And we will move along with the tribute to the Williams brothers. So I was asked by the Bowman family to put together a tribute to the Williams brothers and their contribution to cycling. And this is what I came up with. This is also included in the program as well. So I'm just going to read through this pretty quickly. Justin Williams, racing for change on two wheels. Justin Williams is a Belizean American cyclist who has emerged as one of the most influential figures in modern American cycling, not only for his results on the road, but for the cultural impact he continues to make. Born on May 26, 1989 in Los Angeles, California, to parents Kalman and Desiree Williams, who instilled hard work and discipline from an early age, which transcended into his cycling career. Williams represents Belize in international competition while racing domestically for Legion of Los Angeles, the professional team he co-founded. Williams began cycling as a teenager and quickly distinguished himself as a versatile and talented rider. His early career was marked by success across multiple disciplines, including track, road, and criterium racing. Over the years, he claimed several amateur U.S. national championships, establishing himself as one of the country's top competitors before transitioning fully into the professional ranks. While his racing achievements in the United States are notable, Williams has also made an impact on the international stage. Competing under the Belizean flag, he won the Belize National Road Championships, proudly honoring his parents' homeland and becoming one of the nation's most accomplished cyclists. His dual identity has helped broaden awareness of Belize within the global cycling community. In 2019, Williams helped launch Legion of Los Angeles, a team created with a mission that extends beyond competition. The squad was built to challenge traditional norms in cycling by increasing representation for African American and Hispanic riders in a sport that has long struggled with diversity. Under Williams' leadership, Legion quickly gained attention for both its aggressive racing style and its bold cultural presence. Williams has been outspoken about the importance of creating pathways for young riders from underrepresented communities. Through mentorship, visibility, and opportunity, he has sought to show that professional cycling can be accessible to athletes from all backgrounds. For many aspiring riders, Legion has become a symbol of possibility within a historically exclusive sport. Williams has faced challenges, however, remained a central and influential figure in cycling. He continues to race, lead his team, and advocate for change, using both his success and his setbacks as part of a broader narrative. For Justin Williams, cycling is not just about winning races. It is about reshaping the future of the sport. Williams is also a two-time Holy Saturday cross-country champion, claiming the coveted Garland first in 2015 and then again in 2018. For these accomplishments, along with all his other achievements, Williams is a legend, a Belizean legend, who should be acknowledged and celebrated. Congratulations, Justin Williams. Round of applause. Up next is the younger brother, Corey Williams, who is still out training, believe it or not. Corey Williams pedals Belize onto the world stage. Corey Williams, a Belizean American cyclist with roots in Los Angeles, is rapidly cementing his place among the elite riders of the international cycling scene. Born on August 9th, 1993, the younger brother of Justin Williams and also the son of Kalman and Desiree Williams, Williams competes under the Belizean flag in global events, proudly representing the nation on some of the sport's biggest stages. His rise reflects both personal dedication and a broader mission to reshape cycling's culture. Currently, Williams rides for Legion of Los Angeles, a UCI Continental team he co-founded in 2019 alongside his brother Justin Williams. The team was created with a clear purpose: to promote diversity, inclusion, and representation within professional cycling. Since its formation, Legion has become a powerful presence in the sport, challenging long-standing norms while delivering consistent results. A specialist sprinter, Corey Williams excels in one-day races and fast-paced criteriums. His resume includes notable victories such as the 2025 Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic, where he set a record, the previous record, breaking time of 3 hours, 23 minutes, 23 seconds. He has also dominated the Belize National Road Race Championships, capturing titles in 2023, 2024, and 2025, further solidifying his status as the country's premier road cyclist. Beyond national success, Williams has represented Belize at the World Championships and across regional competitions. His crowning achievement came in 2024 when he claimed gold in the road race at the Caribbean Elite Road Cycling Championships in Georgetown, Guyana. Known for his endurance, tactical intelligence, and finishing speed, Corey Williams is widely regarded as one of the Caribbean's top cyclists and a trailblazer inspiring the next generation. Congratulations, Corey Williams. Fantastic, guys. Again, we'd like to move through this program as quickly as possible. Up next, we'll have Dr. Renee Vanueva. Okay, while we're waiting for Dr. Renee Vanueva, let's call up the Burroughs brothers again, Horace and Johan, for their award. Yeah, but he's not there. Horace Burroughs has been racing in Belize for over 30 years. Also a candidate for best dressed male tonight. Johan Burroughs. Congratulations, gentlemen, and thank you for your support and commitment to Belizean cycling. Round of applause for these two gentlemen traveling all the way from New York. And also representing Guyana. Up next, we'll have Dr. Renee Vanueva.
Good evening. Good evening. All right. It's not midnight yet, so it's still evening. And if we are having a good time, let's give the organizers of this outstanding event a tremendous round of applause, please, because it's a wonderful event and we're having a good time. You know, it's always good. It's always good to see our fellow Belizeans doing their thing. And we are proud of our cyclists and what we have achieved in cycling. And because we are so proud, I want to give all of us, again, to give another round of applause, this time to all our Belizean cyclists. Right? Because, man, I admire these guys. I used to ride a bicycle many, many years ago. When I was 15 years old, I guess, you know, my first job was a messenger boy job, and I had to ride a bicycle. And I can recall even riding between, well, when I came to live in Belize, I rode between Belize City, Boom, and Hattieville. You know, but it was not a racer bike. It was an ordinary bike, but I used to enjoy riding my bicycle. But I used to ride bike anyway, right? That's the most important, right, Chance? You know? So I always admire folks that ride bike. Then I worked at Radio Belize, as you know, for many years. And as a broadcaster, we used to carry the annual cross-country cycle race. So I grew up basically from age 17 working at the radio station with providing some sort of coverage, whether in English or Spanish, to the annual cross-country cycle race. And so on. Then, of course, we started Love FM, and we have carried cycling ever since for the past 34, 35 years of Love FM. So, when I mention the name love, it reminds me of this part of the Bible that says, these three things remain, faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love. And that applies to cycling. It applies to cycling because it is your love for cycling that inspires you to be the champions that you are. Because you love cycling, you become that champion. It comes from within. That's where it comes from. But you set out on that journey. Whenever you ride that race, you set out in faith, with faith, knowing or thinking or hoping that you will win and that you will become that champion. So faith, hope, and love, they go together, right? So let me once again congratulate all of you, all champions, all cyclists, and pledge our best towards continuing the coverage of this wonderful sport. So again, Stans, thank you so much, and congratulations to the organizers. They have done a wonderful job in putting this together, and it's always good to recognize our legends while they are alive and not after they're gone. And I think that is what is important here, because many times we acknowledge the legends after they have gone, when they are no longer with us. But you guys have proven that it is important to give recognition to someone while they are alive. So on behalf of all of us, on behalf of all of Belize, thank you so much for doing this. And thank you so much for being here this evening. It's been an honor and a privilege for me to say these few words. And long live cycling in Belize. Keep on riding! Take care, guys.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you very much, Dr. Renee Vanueva. And up next, we have some remarks from Mr. Fitzgerald Palace Joseph. Fitzgerald Palace Joseph for a quick remark, followed by Dave Yearwood, and then Andrew Ordonez.
Good night, good night. Yeah, we want to do this quick because we need to start to dance. Big Four Cisco ready? Stone Jam? Good. Just like to thank the organizers of this event, the Bowman family, Stan, Carol, and everybody for throwing this phenomenal event, cherishing and praising our cycling legend. Night of Living Legend is called in cycling. And so we like to thank the family for a great event, and that we continue to support them in their endeavor, and as we continue pushing cycling. Big thanks to the CFB represented here tonight, the president, vice president I saw, the treasurer. I didn't see the secretary, but CFB, I'd like to thank you all for pushing cycling to the next level. You are doing great, and we must praise you for what you're doing. Let us enjoy the rest of the night, and okay. Thanks.
Up next, Dave Yearwood, followed by Mr. Andrew Ordonez.
Good night, everyone. We want to thank everyone for coming out. And also, we want to thank the sponsors of this event. The originator of this event, Mr. Sek Bowman. I remember when me and Mr. Sek Bowman discussed this night of legend. One of the things we was discussing that there were champions and there were also guys that didn't win the cross country that was very, very good at cycling, and they represent their country, whether it was in the Central American, the Pan American, or the Olympics game. And most of the guys them at the night of the legend are top 10 finishers in cross countries and winners of other events and other races. And so that was the whole idea of putting this night of legend, night of living legend together. So that was the main reason for this event. Once again, I didn't have none prepared, but I want to thank everyone once again, sponsors, Mr. Sek Bowman and family, the people that gave me the opportunity to ride and to showcase my talent. And for that, we want to thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Dave Yearwood, and also a candidate for Best Dressed Male tonight, Mr. Andrew Ordones, live stream guru and the host of As the Wheels Turn.
All around there.
A pleasant good night to each and every one, all the Belizean people who came out looking beautiful. I want to thank the Bowman family, especially Mr. Oswald Bowman, to put this together to celebrate the living legends. Of course, known for live streaming races and bring some excitement into the living room of the fans in Belize and around the world. It's always a pleasure, and I always say, if the cyclists don't go there and race hard and blow everything to smithereens, then, well, it won't make my job exciting. But I want to thank each and everyone who came out tonight. Mr. Bowman and all the crowd here had some delicious food just now. I must thank my wife who always support me every weekend. Race, the weekend where else call me. Don't ask on live stream race. On live stream race, I hardly spend time with my wife. So if you put me out, I have to live with cycling. But thanks, and I want to thank Mr. Oswald Bowman and the family for inviting me and giving me an award tonight. And after this, let's blow the whole place to smithereens. You got your recola. Thank you all.
Thank you. Could Miss Ordones come to the podium, please? Andrew, could you bring Mrs. Ordones to the podium? Here is the flowers. There should be flowers for her. You have flowers. Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Ordones. Mr. and Mrs. You did all the right things. Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Ordones, a family who have also been contributing a lot to the development of sports in Belize. I now refer to Andrew as Mr. All-Arounder because he does everything. You look around this place tonight and you tell me how it looks. Beautiful. Any other term? The arrangements, the colors, the mixture of the colors. Comments? This floral decoration was done by none other that Mrs. Deborah Caroline Ardonis. How did I know that? I know. I do my research. That's what I was getting after today. You also have earned yourself a prize of dinner for two at Block Arcade Restaurant. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Continue support cycling. We work together and we'll build this up.
You see, when I on the mic and I say, last but not least, big up my beautiful wife. Here she is, my beautiful wife.
Big up, big up. Yeah. And then Wayne. I now call on Wayne Moody. He'll have a few words to say about youths. The new profile of our Belizean youth. Things that our youths can do to keep away from the firearms that we have to deal with on a daily basis. Mr. Wayne Moody.
Can I have your attention? Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a lengthy evening and I'm not going to be too long, but I want to say thanks to the folks that did this. Quick relationship that I have with cycling. Hello, can I get your attention? People, listen. I played a small role in cycling. Stans and myself worked together at Sec 1, which became Edward P. York. I was a member of the Cycling Association. I took people like Urson Butler and Orlando Chavarria to the Commonwealth Games and the Pan American Games. As I think about our youth, which we say is our legacy, I was asking the question over the last few days as I've been traveling over the country, what is the state of the youth in Belize? Can you hear me? You know, I want to tell the story of an elephant. There were 5 blind men that was given an elephant. And each of them was asked what they experienced. One of them held on to one of the legs of the elephant and said, "This is a strong wall." One of them was actually at the tail of the elephant, and he said he smells shit. You know, depends on your perspective. You would say the youth today are in a very precarious position. I have worked with young people over the last 45 years. I recently returned back home, and I know there are 2 things that I've seen that I want to highlight. There has been much infrastructure development. I'm sure we can say there are so many buildings that have gone up. Belize has grown. But one of the things that I know that has not changed is our mindset. And honestly, if we're supposed to have a legacy that will go on, our mindset has to change. Change begins when our thinking changes. And I applaud what Oswald has done, because I do believe everything begins with a thought. This is the 2nd year. And I'm sure as you've been here tonight, you might have your own view of what has happened here tonight. But I want to say, if we're going to see change, we got to change our thinking. A very good friend of mine, one of the legends, Linda Gillett, before I got married, he took me on a training. He said, if I had you for 3 more months, you would probably be ready to do a cross-country race. I never did a cross-country race. Just before I came back to Belize, I got word that Linda had a stroke. We could be here today and gone today. So if there's anything I would want to challenge ourselves tonight, it's something that I'm very much involved with, and that is mentorship. Because our young people today, somebody said this to me recently, one of the young cyclists was asked, "Who's Charlie Lewis?" Charlie was standing right next to him, and he didn't know who Charlie Lewis was. So unless we pass on to the next generation like we're doing tonight, unless we educate them. I didn't find out until I was doing some research before tonight what the first cross-country cycle race was. It wasn't a day. But as we pass on the history, as we pass on the legacy, then we will truly know what it is to see something go on. Because if we don't, it's going to disappear. So I want to say thank you to the Bowmans. And I want to say, each of us here tonight, make a commitment to mentor at least one young person. Our young people cannot do it on their own. We can't do it on our own. And I want to say thank you to the Bowman clan. Because the Bowman clan, there are some young Bowmans here tonight. You don't see them up here, but they have been so instrumental in what's happening here. And if we're going to survive, it has to be intergenerational. The young people, they know the technology better than I do. I use the technology for the work that I do. But it has to be intergenerational. So once again, thanks, thanks, thanks.
Thank you, Wayne. Sheena, is Sheena still here? Ferguson, Sheena Ferguson, is he still here? Well, as we come to the end of this phase of the evening production, oh, he's here. The reason for calling out Sheena is because he has history with him. Tell the audience about this cup.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. This cup starts from when the cross country started in 1928. It was an exhibition, and then it started fully in 1929. And this cup was from His Excellency the Governor. In 1928, Elston Kerr, it was an exhibition, and then Norris Wade, and then it went to Robert Ferguson. Robert Ferguson won 3 cross country. He won 1933, 1934, and went back and won 10 years after in 1944, which he was hand over this cup. He had the best time. Elston Kerr did it in 20 hours. Norris Wade did it in 26 hours. And Robert Nathaniel Ferguson went and did it in 19 hours, which the cup was then handed over to him by His Excellency the Governor. It was in British Honduras, where you notice that I still have this cup in my prison. And this cup is silver, sterling silver. Okay, so anybody would like to take a picture of it? This is history. and British Honduras. Okay? Thanks very much.
Thank you, Tina, for sharing that important information on the history of the cup.
And I also want to mention, in those days, my father used to explain to me and say, son, my father ride the first cross country. He said he asked his father, Father, can I go and ride the cross country in 1928? His father mentioned to him and said, son, if you feel yourself a man, you go ahead. And he went and ride the race. But he explained to me, he said, son, the man that won this first cross country was a very strong man. El Sancor was originally from Boom, from Barrel Boom. Thanks very much.
As we come to the end, what a way to finish. A historical cup starting at 1928, when it all began as an expedition. I know you guys are ready for dancing, so we'll do a short closing, firstly from Mr. D. Wade. Appreciate his contributions tonight.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mr. Stans Bowman. Good night again, ladies and gentlemen. And again, thank you all for being here. This is such a historic event. It is the second annual Night of the Legends Award. And from the looks of it, this is going to be going on for a very long time. When I was asked to be a part of this event last year, I was super excited because I thought that was the one thing that was missing from Belizean sport, is the recognition of our legends, the recognition of champions. The Belizean culture do not tend to recognize athletes and great accomplishments while they are alive. We hear back alley stories about how great people are, but the Bowman has made it a point, and it's their initiative and project to bring it to the forefront. And I was very, very excited and passionate to be a part of this event last year, and again doing it again this year. So thank you very much to the Bowman family. Mr. Stans Bowman, I know how hard you work, how diligently you work. Mr. Oswald Bowman, Carol Bowman as well, and the entire family, everyone else behind the scenes. These folks are not doing this for the attention. If you notice, they are not fond of the mic or attention, but what they're doing it for is love and the respect for the athletes. Cycling, in my opinion, is one of the hardest sports in the world. You know, unfortunately, I fell in love with cycling, and it caused me a lot of suffering. But it's a pain that I do enjoy. So I know that the recognition to these athletes here tonight meant quite a bit to them. So with that being said, I want everyone to give a huge round of applause to all our living legends, male and female cross-country winners. Huge round of applause. Also, a huge round of applause for the organizers and sponsors of this phenomenal event. And I'm going to wrap up my speech here pretty quickly, but I do want to say something. It's a little bit somber. Recently, we lost a phenomenal talent in the name of Tian Chi. I would like to pay respect to the young cyclist Tian Chi and his family. May he rest in peace. He will be remembered for a very, very long time. He was a young cyclist who made an impression on me. I rode with him a couple of years ago, and I always thought that he had so immense talent. But it shows, ladies and gentlemen, that in the spur of a moment, the possibility can be taken away from you. And I would like to take condolences to the Chi family, Tian Chi, and we definitely love you and will remember you forever. And also, Mr. Chief Santiago Castillo was involved in a very, very bad accident. He will definitely recover from that, but would like to also make sure that his thoughts and prayers, our thoughts and prayers are with him. And with that being said, I will give the mic over to Mr. Stans Bowman for his closing remarks. But again, thank you immensely. It was a pleasure for me to be a part of this event tonight, and I look forward to joining you again next year.
Thank you, Mr. Wayne. Thank you for your contributions, for feeling our passion, and to help nurture our passion into something bigger than all of us. I won't be long. I know you want to get your legs going. You want to begin to dance. DJ Bigger Ford, also a Belizean, a Bowman Belizean. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bowman. Before we close off, we'd like to call up all the legends, all the cross-country winners, male and female, if you guys can just assemble here so we can celebrate you one more time. Again, all the legends, if they're still here. All the champions, your legends, come up one more time. Let's celebrate you guys. Male and female, yes. So, yes, with your garland, possibly. So we'll get some professional pictures taken and celebrate you guys one more time before we hand it over to the DJ.
Ini lagi wul, betul lagi wul.